Ready? Okay, the regular meeting of the Farmington Fire Protection District Board of Directors will come to order at 19:04. Establish a quorum.
Briggs? Here. Zatini? Here. And Lemos.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Okay, flag salute. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3 is closed session, seeing that our council is not here. We can skip over that, we'll come back to that when they get here. So minutes. So we'll open the March minutes. Does anyone have any comments on the minutes? Briggs.
Item 11, I don't know that we need this to be this wordy.
I can't hear
He said on item 11, he does not believe it needs to be this wordy. Do you have a proposed amendment?
I do. The board received the draft, not approved, updated IPP.
You need to speak up so I can hear you.
Okay, so item 11, the board received it should be draft, not
Okay, the board received
draft, updated IPP. Program is redundant because that's the last P. You take out the draft and associated documents for approval.
Can you just tell me your notes so I can write it down?
Well, it would depend on the people, you'd have to.
So you said the received draft updated IIPP, the last piece redundant?
The last, no,
He's saying to say here.
It's hard to hear,
Sorry.
you're soft spoken.
okay. So the board received the draft, updated IIPP,
Oh, I see. Get rid of
take
that.
out program and draft, and associated documents for approval.
What do you got right there? Draft, you got draft, second FRMS, and then, and
For approval,
associated,
documents for approval.
associated documents for approval.
You can take out the through Sedgwick and FRMS.
I got that already scratched.
Okay, you can take out the next sentence, because that's,
Okay, take
doesn't
it
have
out.
anything to do with finance.
Okay,
Director Briggs moved, the documents, so all that's
director's
fine.
removed or requested?
Request, that's all fine.
Okay.
Director Briggs came back with specific
What's that? Raise, okay, specific,
wording of positions.
so you want wording on
It was
crossed out?
Job titles. not wording.
Okay, so job titles,
It was also pointed out that, the four policies.
policies,
You can
okay.
spell out the word. No, you
Oh,
spell
just,
out the word.
okay, just put four policies, okay, got it. FOUR.
And department needs to be spelled out in the next one.
Okay, and then you want it all spelled out?
Yeah, it needs to be spelled out.
Department. Alright, so close it up, okay.
Then this all can come out.
Which one?
Strike
Oh,
out the word deputies.
what, John?
President's not paying attention, but
I'm listening to what he's saying.
If you
I'm
could
gonna-
speak up, we would really appreciate it. In the back, we have some hard of
yeah,
hearing
it's
people.
impossible for you guys to hear.
All right,
Please don't use
all right,
your.
First.
public may speak, during the public comment period.
That's wrong.
Other than that, no, that is true.
Alright, alright.
Alright, go ahead.
So
I'm
what?
gonna speak the public can speak as they wish, you cannot tell the public to not speak, first of all. And we're not gonna
Actually-
go through this, we're not gonna go through this again like last meeting. The public can speak, if you're telling the public,
The
we
public can
openly
speak during the public comment period. SB 2011, which was passed in 2022 or 2023, allows for people that are disrupting the flow of the meeting to be removed from the
You
meeting.
guys never adopted that.
No, the
as
state
part of your-
adopted
as
that.
part of
The
your
state
stuff.
adopted that.
Okay, so any other, okay, we're not gonna argue, but he's correcting stuff that's actually not supposed to be corrected, because, FMRS and Sedgwick has approved that, so if you're saying they haven't approved it as their final, you're incorrect. Continue, do what you guys gotta do, but you guys are making corrections that don't need to be made.
So starting with
These, okay,
you take out the rest of that paragraph.
so these, the whole thing, so we want to stop.
Matter of fact, you can take it all the way out until, all of that can be removed. There to there, because that has
So-
nothing to do with minutes.
You want this done too, this
Yeah,
one?
just this.
Hold on, this one here?
All of that, all of this can come out, sir. From the end of that paragraph and the next paragraph.
What is it that you're taking
He's
out?
amending the minutes, how he, what the board wants, is making
And
a
then-
motion to,
And then you can just.
so hold on, so you want all this out too?
Yep.
He's amending the minutes?
Yeah, they can make amendments,
Okay,
changes.
Yeah,
so
I
now,
understand
let me,
that.
let me
Hold
read.
on, hold on, let me see the last part right here.
That's
I didn't-
requesting
that's fine.
amendment, not.
Okay, I'm gonna read the amended minutes.
Make sure you're loud, though.
I will. And
Remind
the other,
you.
the other thing is, this needs to be up here because this discussion covered both of those. So, and,
So put and B, okay, so and,
okay,
I got it.
let me read it. Okay, item 11, action items. This is my proposed revision. The board received the draft updated IIPP and associated documents for approval. Director Briggs requested to have more time to review the documents. He was concerned and felt uncomfortable with all the documents. Chief Bailey stated that these needed to be approved and adopted as part of the hiring package. Director Briggs, I don't really like the word came back, but, can you change came back to stated?
Okay, very
Stated
stated,
with specific job titles that may not fit for the department. It was also pointed out that 4 policies included in the packages were already on the department website and have been for over a year. Director Briggs motion that action item 11A and 11B be added to an ad hoc committee to review those documents in coordination with all other existing documents. Director Latini seconded, motion and roll call vote. Rocco
Jeff.
abstained.
You're speaking okay, but your volume is going down when you get to the end of sentences.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
The motion carried, and then on the next paragraph,
which one? The one after motion carried, Regis President?
that should just read, Director Briggs, along with Association President Barry Hickerson, volunteered to form the ad hoc committee to review the documents. You can take out what's written and just add that.
So Colonel Lewis,
what?
so what do you want for that section
Say
again?
that
We gotta
again,
get
please.
over here.
So, after the motion,
So
Director
you're
Briggs.
crossing out all this. So you're
Director
scratching
Briggs,
this.
along with Association
second.
President Barry Hickerson, volunteered to form the ad hoc committee to review the documents.
Director Briggs, what? Where's your notes?
Along
So I can
along
write it
with
down.
Association President Barry Hickerson, volunteered to form the ad hoc committee to review the documents.
So see, just keep it there so I can write. Sean, President. Barry Hickerson,
Oh, I thought you were playing this one.
volunteered
form the ad hoc committee to review the documents.
The ad hoc committee. Committee, to review the documents. Is that it? Yes.
All right, does anyone have any other comments on the minutes? Butch, you have anything on those? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Do I have a second? Pardon?
He's not gonna second it, he said. Minutes to approve, motion by Briggs. Butch, said no for the second.
And I can't second, being the president, so I'm not sure where we go from there.
Actually, you can second it, but the problem is when it comes to a vote, all three of you have to be unanimous for anything to pass.
We just have to have a majority of a quorum.
No,
No.
it has to be, we have a 5-person board. Even though 2 people are gone, you have to have 3 yes votes. So it has to be unanimous vote for anything tonight to pass.
I don't think that is correct.
That's correct,
but-
and I already asked the attorney, she said it's correct also. So it's 3 board members have to all vote yes on a 5-person board, even though 2 of them are missing.
All right, well,
I say,
And if
then-
you wanna wait till the attorney gets here, you can ask her then and she'll tell you the same thing.
is there anything in the bylaws?
Just table it until they get here, until she gets here.
All right, so we will table the minutes at
Being allowed to speak.
this time. So I guess,
Approval of minutes are tabled at this time.
all right, item 5, public comment. Before we go to that, or before we speak, our people speak, I have a anonymously submitted public statement to read. To the Farmington Fire District Board of Directors, or whom it may concern. This letter is submitted anonymously out of deep concern for the professionalism, transparency, and overall function of the Farmington Fire District Board of Directors. It's written not out of spite, but out of a sense of duty to the public and to the firefighters who serve the district with integrity and courage. First and foremost, the community deeply appreciates the ongoing efforts of the Farmington Fire Department's operational personnel. These are the individuals the public sees responding to emergencies, showing up with professionalism, and representing the district with pride. Their dedication on the front lines and in the station has not gone unnoticed. In the face of organizational instability, they remain the dependable backbone of this district. However, in stark contrast to the strength and reliability of the fire department staff, the board of directors has failed to demonstrate the same level of commitment and confidence. Over the last few months, it has become increasingly clear that the board is in serious trouble. What was once a functioning governing body has devolved into confusion, contradiction, and dysfunction. What appears to be a concerted effort to seize influence and steer decisions in private without clarity or accountability has only further distanced the board from its duties. While the specifics of this shift are not fully transparent, the effect is undeniable. The board has lost the public's trust. Meetings have become disorganized and inconsistent. The board has made conflicting and inaccurate statements regarding financials, district governance, and transparency. This isn't a matter of offering opinions, this is a matter of not knowing what you are doing and not being prepared to do it. Members often seem unaware of what they are voting on or discussing, and the inability to follow basic procedural rules has become routine. These aren't learning curves, these are failures of responsibility. In addition, the public still has no introduction to the members of the board. There has been no effort made to introduce the individuals making the decisions that impact the fire district. No hellos or formal introductions, and no transparency about who is representing the community at the table. This lack of engagement with the public is unprofessional and creates further barriers to the community's trust in the board. Despite being publicly elected, sitting on this board does not inherently make one qualified. Competence is not conferred by vote alone, it must be proven by actions, preparation, and ethical conduct. The board has not allowed for genuine public involvement, has discouraged meaningful participation, and has even allowed false information and hearsay to influence discussions, sometimes to the detriment of the fire department staff. This serves as an urgent warning if the board does not take decisive action immediately by implementing transparent practices, prioritizing governance, training, and renewing its commitment to accountability. The public will explore all options to remove and replace those who do not fulfill their duties. A structured approach is necessary for members to communicate, conduct business, and operate effectively during meetings. There is a reason that Congress, legislature, and governing bodies undergo training and preparation before meetings. The board seems to have simply rolled in without preparation, as if just waking up, returning from vacation, or coming straight from grade school. Recalls, resignations, and reorganizations are not distant possibilities. They are imminent outcomes for any board member who refuses to engage in positive, professional, and productive service to this district. We are asking for the resignation of these members effective immediately if they are not able to function as a public-facing elected official. If you are not concerned with or dismiss this letter, you will be removed. The residents of Farmington are watching, and the firefighters who serve them deserve better. Sincerely, a concerned community member.
I got this on my computer today. Pass that down to Jeff, please. I'll give everybody, if you wanna read that one. I just got this today. From Stan Man, that is.
Good afternoon, Chief. I am a citizen of Farmington, and I'd like to receive the recorded video of the March meeting. Please let me know what you need from me if possible. Even an online link would be the easiest format, or a CD-ROM. Let me know. Thank you, anonymous citizen. That's all you say. Okay. All right, is there anyone that would like to make a statement from the floor?
I appreciate the fact that you spoke up. We have a really hard time, Jody can't hear, and that's the reason. If you could all just speak up, like, don't use our inside voices, use our outside voices tonight, please. Thank you very much for your time.
I will try, and I sympathize with
appreciate
that.
your voice
I've
is
spent
very
way
nice.
too many. I've spent way too many years in shops and
Your
on
voice is
farm
very nice,
machinery.
thank you.
So I'm used to speaking up like that. All right. Any other? Public comment? All right. Moving on, budget status report. Item 6, as of March 31st, 2025, cash on hand. General fund, $1,284,670.24. Sorry. Cash on hand, strike team fund, $108,504.80.
Skipped over the grant fund.
Oh, thank you. Cash on hand, grant fund, $2,957.64. Cash on hand, capital outlay fund, $11,606.77, for a total $1,407,739.45. Item 7, payment of bills. Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I just had a question about the bills.
Which one?
The attorney,
Oh, yes.
so we received another bill for
Yes.
$46.41? And we used the retainer money there?
No, not yet.
So the retainer money's still being held?
Yes.
Gotcha, okay. That was it.
Butch, do you have any questions? Do I have a motion to approve the paying of the bills?
I make a motion to pay the bills.
Briggs, motions. I'll second. Second. By Latini.
Roll call vote.
Briggs,
Aye.
Latini. Lemos.
Aye.
Passes. You wanna sign that, please? You got a pen, Chris?
I do.
Oh, thank you.
Item 8, Chief's report.
As our last meeting, we had a total of 20 calls. We had 3 vehicle accidents, 6 EMS calls, 3 false alarms, 1 smoke check, 1 vehicle fire, 3 structure fires, 1 hazmat, 1 public assist, and 1 brass fire. And of those 20, we had 7 mutual aid, where we gave Modesto 1 mutual aid, Escalon 1, Collegeville 2, Linden Peters 2, and Cal Fire 1. Maintenance,
Just, were all 3 of the structures, they were out of the district? right?
yeah, 1 was in Collegeville, 1 was up in Inyo, and 1 was in Escalon. Maintenance, rebuilt drain valve on water tender 4-1, engine 4-3 went to Freightliner and had the heater hose replaced, resecured the wire loom, rear of engine 4-3. That's it for maintenance. For the fire guys that we hired, we're still waiting for the physicals, so get that done.
And that's 8 personnel, correct?
7.
7.
Yeah. The new air trailer is here. If you've driven by, you see it on the side of the station there. It was delivered Saturday, and the in-service will be tomorrow, the 29th, with Elaine Curtis.
Is there a plan to letter that at all, or is he gonna leave it?
What?
Well, I'll have to,
Is there a plan to letter it at all, or are you gonna leave it blank?
no, I'll have to get with Randy to see how much it'll cost to letter it and bring it back, yeah. If you noticed, we have another antenna up on our tower. That's for the voter receiver that's been put in there to help our coverage with the portables. Everything's been installed, we're just waiting for the county to give us an IP address. And that was paid for through JRUC, so it didn't come out of our money. And then, just to let you guys know, I promoted Barry Hickerson to captain and Ricky Yater to captain. And then, John, if you wanna go over the, call forms you had for the board members for last month in the quarter.
Do you guys have any questions on that? Packet that you guys got for the quarterly calls, and then the, last full month, which would be April.
I don't have any questions.
There was a hazmat call, how was that recorded?
It was a false alarm.
Oh,
So somebody called
drum in
in,
the middle of the road?
yeah, somebody
I heard
said
that. I saw you guys go by, they came
yeah,
on the radio.
so somebody called in that there was a drum that fell off a truck, a big rig hit it and sent liquid all over the road. So we got up there was nothing. So it was just a false alarm.
Remember that barrel that was full of chicken guts?
Oh, yeah.
How did you get the air trailer off the delivered?
Oh, so, SMS Briners down there was gracious enough to let us use their loading dock. And they also used their forklift with a tow ball on one of the forks. So, like I said, they were real gracious to help us get that air trailer off that
You know,
truck.
it was scary watching it.
Yeah.
Right. Is there anything else from the chief's
No,
report?
that's it.
I don't know if we can put this sit right now, but, maybe a thank you note or something to some of the partners would be.
Yeah, I can
in
send a
order.
thank you letter.
I think
Yeah.
that would be, I don't know, gracious, nice.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, we'll go ahead and move into, information items. First being correspondence. Is there any questions on any correspondence?
Not for this month, but, last month there was the meeting, last week with the water board.
Oh, you mean the, Stockton East?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an informational meeting, and they just said that Army Corps of Engineers in the next 4 years will be doing a study.
Yeah, that's why I didn't end up coming, because I read that all they were doing was they were coming to say that they wanted the 2016 plan updated.
Yeah.
Some kind
Did you say 4 years?
4 years, 4.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that's
I took
what,
right along with Caltrans.
Okay. Then, moving on to next item, meeting decorum. So, I wanted to kind of make a statement here, I guess. At the last meeting, or after the last meeting, I guess I should say, I was criticized by members of the public for not controlling the board adequately. I was criticized by members of the board for not controlling the public adequately, and by one person that was in the audience, I guess I'll call it, for not controlling both. There were inappropriate interruptions, and it's not conducive to business, and we can't let that happen. So moving forward, we need to make sure we're conducting business in an orderly, professional, and efficient manner. And as far as on the board side of it, we need to make sure that we are following Robert's Rules of Order and appropriate applicable state law. Now, in the past, we've kind of been a little bit loose in terms of the Robert's Rules of Order and the way discussion has been conducted. So I kind of went down and laid out how each type of item is supposed to be handled, and spent actually way too much time with my Robert's Rules of Order book and doing some online research as well on some of these things. So information items, I will introduce each item and call an appropriate person to present it. Board members may ask questions for clarification. Discussion will be orderly. To be recognized, and here's where we have not really done this, but this is the way Robert's Rules of Order technically called for it to be done. Discussion to be board members, to be recognized to speak, board member must raise their hand or address the chair and wait to be called on. No motions or votes can be taken on information items. Action items, I'll introduce each action item. The motion must be made and seconded before discussion begins. Once the motion is on the floor, board members, must be recognized before speaking. And that's something else that the way Robert's Rules of Order called for it before discussion, or really what it's called in the book is debate. A motion is supposed to be made. Making a motion doesn't mean that you are necessarily in favor of the item. It is simply opening it to debate, and then it can be voted up or down, depending on the outcome of that debate. Debate must remain relevant to the motion. Once discussion is complete, call for a vote. No action can be taken without a passing vote. Go to the order. Comments there need to be limited to brief statements that do not fit as action items. For example, congratulating someone, thanking someone, stating not be at the next meeting. No discussion is allowed. People other than board members making an original comment, no action may be taken in go to the order. Public participation and quorum. Public comments be heard during the designated public comment period. If a board member asks a question to a member of the public, responses must be limited to answering that question. Disruptions cannot be tolerated. Anyone interfering with the meeting will be given a warning. If the disruption continues, they will be removed under SB 1100. Adjourning the meeting will be adjourned only after all business is completed or by a majority vote. However, if the meeting becomes disorderly and no longer conducive to conducting business, it may be adjourned immediately. Any remaining business will be moved to the following month's agenda or a special meeting. So any case, we can't have people speaking out of turn, arguing, and like last meeting, it just went sideways, went way too long, and from
Hey,
both sides.
Hey,
Yes.
this is communism.
How so?
This is freedom of speech.
The bylaws that we have currently state that we will conduct the meetings via Robert's Rules of Order. And what I laid out there is how Robert's Rules of Order,
You're pissing people off.
we can't have people just,
Well, don't
Argue.
piss them off.
any other comments?
Chris, is it possible to get a copy of that and maybe
Yeah,
attach it to the minutes for next?
I printed it out and then left it on my printer, so yes, I can, I'll email a copy to the chief.
I think raise my hand, by the way.
So, and as far as that part of it goes, like, I seriously,
I don't think that was.
I don't want to go to,
That was actually right there, just proves your point as the president, what he just did.
neither one did, and I really don't wanna go to that point, but when we have board members that are engaging in arguments with public, and we're going, we need to, I don't know, we can't pick and choose, I guess, which parts of, if we're gonna run by Robert's Rules of Order, we do that. If we're not, then, I guess we go free for all. If we wanna try and have discussion, but if it's without going that formal, I'm okay with that as long as it stays civil and productive. Is there any thoughts, Jeff?
I think that, we have to remember that we represent an area far bigger than just the, I'm sorry. We represent an area that's far bigger than just this sphere of influence, within the district. There are a lot of people that aren't here that expect us to carry out the business for the residents that either don't care, aren't here, concerned about taxes, concerned about where their money goes and how their money's spent. We're here to make sure that the department is equipped with what it needs to function, but also we're here for all of the people, which are theoretically thousands, that aren't here and don't show up at these meetings, don't write anonymous letters to the board threatening them. And we need to remember that. We have a responsibility. We were elected to carry out the people's business.
Are you saying that one of us wrote that letter?
No.
That could have been anyone in this
Whoa.
whole
No.
bird.
It would have had to have been somebody that knew what happened at the last
Better read
meeting.
Well, a
Read
lot
up on
of
those
people
Robert's
know, cause a
rules.
lot of people.
All right,
You guys-
all right.
You guys are addressing
Both, we
public
cannot
comment now.
be, yeah.
You guys addressed the public comment during the meeting. So now you moved into the information items, where you're addressing the public comment, and what was in that public comment.
All right,
Don't you guys have to approve that, per the Robert's Rules of Order?
all right.
Just move on.
Okay. We, all right. Air trailer, item C.
May I speak?
Hey,
Okay, you do have a comment? Go ahead.
I have only been to two board meetings, when you were installed, and then the second one. You're talking about you guys here, this group, cares for this whole community, not just this right here, how many ever are around us. Who informs these people of what's going on? I'm asking you and you. Who informs all these people that aren't in this little town right here? Who informs them people of what's going on? You have an answer?
Yes, it is.
Or do I just get to speak with no answer?
It is in the minutes, which are put on the district website.
I can't hear you.
It is in the minutes which are put on the district website.
And do you think all those people look at the district website?
Well, I'm not really sure how else we're going to reach out to the entire community, but,
Yeah.
I guess we could.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
directly
I'm not
fix.
done.
Well, it's outside of public comment period right now.
So
I
now
mean,
you're
we should
shutting
not have,
Yeah.
You're shutting
me.
in all.
Now you're
but-
shutting me up because you don't want
We
me to
should-
talk.
No,
Okay.
that, we should not have engaged at all.
Isn't our
Director Briggs, did
meeting
you
all
have-
out of?
I was just gonna say, one of the things that, was on my list last month, which we didn't get to because things got a little crazy, was that I would really like to see these board meetings put on something like YouTube or video, shown so that people can actually see what's going on here and hopefully participate. I appreciate that somebody put on Facebook, please attend the meeting, and I appreciate that all of you are here. I wish there were more.
But you know why we, not myself, well, yeah, myself, and a lot of people don't come, Jeff? Right here, right now. I can ask you a question, you give me no reply. We can all come and sit and listen to you, but we don't have a voice. We do not have a voice and we don't get an answer from you. We feel like we're sitting here just taking in what you're talking about, but we don't get an answer. You all who ran for the board, nobody came to my neighborhood. Nobody knocked on my door. I have not heard what you want for our department. You know, Jeff, we lived here. You lived here, I live here.
All right,
If something is said, it goes around town. Everything
All right.
goes around town.
all right, we are getting off task of where we
Okay.
are in the agenda.
Okay, there you go.
I would welcome you to either submit a letter or come and submit it at the public comment. Maybe we need to hold a town hall type meeting where we do talk with the public.
Yeah.
I actually think that would be probably a idea to hold a meeting that is for the purpose of having discussion with the public. And that would be the appropriate place to have those discussions, and which I am all for in the right venue.
Fine.
Yeah, go ahead. I was,
Do you understand that during public comment, the board can listen, but they cannot comment? They cannot vote,
Okay.
they cannot respond in public comment. That has been the same way for 40 years that
Nor
I've been
are
on
they
this department.
nor are they supposed to right now like we are doing right now. So we're,
So you're trying to correct something that you guys started.
by responding to people right now like
Exactly.
we're doing, I guess, yes, and we did that and that was an
Okay.
error, and we're kinda doing that right now, which
Okay.
we should not be doing, but,
So, may I?
Briggs, yes.
So, back when I was attending meetings, sitting in the audience, when I was the only one here and there were no chairs set up, et cetera, I respectfully raised my hand and asked Kelly, you know, can I comment on whatever the topic was? I commented on, I know when they were talking about the cost of living increase for Matt, I commented on that and was allowed to speak. There were several other things where respectfully to the board, raised my hand and asked, you know, can I share something? I think that's totally, I personally think that's totally fine, but it's gotta be done in such a way that we're respectful of each other, right? I get that there's a lot of animosity between some members of the public and what has transpired since the election. But we need to find common ground, work together, and realize that the reason why we are all here is to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the public to ensure their fire safety and medical response when the alarm call, when somebody calls 911.
Do we not have a full board anymore? We've only got 3 people.
All right, we're going to move on at this point, and we are going to, we'll probably put on a meeting, or on an agenda at a further time, about maybe having a town hall meeting or something like that.
Okay.
We'll discuss that later. All right, well, we can't motion for it today, because it's not on the action item. Anyway, air trailer, item C.
Already discussed it in chief's report.
Okay, nothing further, all right.
Matt, was there any decision on what to do with the old air trailer?
No, not yet.
We're gonna have to put that on the side.
That's on the, yeah.
No, I just meant, is there anything planned currently?
Well, Ellen Curtis offered to buy it, so
But that would have to be.
that'll be on the agenda, yeah, and all that, and you guys have to declare it surplus, yes.
Okay, well, I think we could go and say on there, if you want to go and find out what they're willing to pay for it, and then bring
Yeah, it
that
has to be-
out of further notice.
Has to be on the agenda.
Yeah, well, we have the agenda as an information item, so maybe we bring that back as an action item later on with an actual offer if they're willing to do that. All right, item D, years of service plaques, chief.
I got him Friday, the poor gentleman who was making him had a stroke, and thank goodness all his mobility came back, except for his speech is a little bit off. But, I got him in the office.
All right, let's plan on, giving those out at our next board meeting then.
Okay. Do you want refreshments or anything brought?
We could do that, I guess. Sure.
All right.
Ad hoc committee report, district bylaws. I kind of have I had started working on one years ago and I've had it sitting around. I have talked to, Barry, I've talked a little bit to Jeff individually. I would like to schedule a, meeting where the public, a public meeting to kind of go over that in the direction. However, we do not have a, full board, I do not feel comfortable moving forward with those. I'd like to put, something that, how do I say it, important on hold. On hold until, such a time that we have, a full representation. Any comments?
So we're gonna put them on hold until we have full representation.
That's my recommendation. Do any of the other board members have a thought on that?
That's fine.
Okay, moving on, item F, ad hoc committee report, IIPP, SOPs, Jeff?
Thanks, Chris. Okay, so Barry and I met on March 27th and discussed documents that were created. And then on April 15th, Barry and I met with the staff here at the department with John, Connie, and Matt. We had a good discussion about things. However, we have not yet had a chance during that meeting or after that meeting to sit down and go over the documents. So I am available to sit down and discuss my concerns with the existing documents. Barry may not have the time to sit down and review them, but if Chief, you or any of your staff want to sit down with me and go through them, I would be happy to do so.
Just email me some dates you're available
Okay.
and the times.
Okay, thank you. It looks like our council has, arrived, she hasn't come in yet. Well, I guess in interest of time, we'll keep moving, and then, when she actually comes in, we'll break for the closed session. Action item 10, antique truck and new air trailer shelter. That was something I requested, last month to be put on. My concern is that we have spent a lot of money on the air trailer. We currently have, engine 4.3 parked outside so the antique truck can be inside. My concern with that, I guess, is twofold. One, it's exposed to the weather, and I want that truck to last a long time, because quite frankly, it's one of my favorites, and we can't, get one that's, doesn't take death and all that stuff these days, right? And, so I wanna make sure that we protect that, and then also, the cabinets don't lock, and so we've kinda got unsecured gear in there and so forth. So I would like to come up with, some kind of shelter to protect all of our assets. And I'm open to suggestions of whether it's a little carport type thing to, just protect. When I say carport type thing, one of those, metal
Like Quonset huts.
type deals, something like that, to protect, like the antique truck and the air trailer, even if they're open on the end. Or if it's, a pole bar type structure, like a metal building, that kind of like our bay is, to actually secure them in but either way, I think that we definitely need to get 4.3, back inside, and we need to, but we, at the same time, we need to keep the antique truck covered, we need to keep our, and we need to keep our air trailer nice. So I'm a little less concerned about it than I was when I saw what type it was, because, it's a pretty protected trailer, unlike the one that we have, the old one, which is kind of exposed. So that's my concern. I'm totally open to spending money on that, or letting you kind of look into options.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. John and I can, go out and look at some options and bring back what it would cost for the next board meeting. That way you
Yeah,
guys
that'd
have
be-
some
that would be
idea,
great,
so
yeah.
you can discuss it.
Yeah, your thoughts, Briggs?
Are you talking like a Quonset hut, like the one across the street there?
Yeah, well, actually, you get a drink of water, my mouth is dry. Actually, Barry, John and I have sat down, and he has a company that, really cheap, that can do a small building out here for us with living quarters and stuff like that for ships. And I asked him if they would do a 2-bay deal, and he says they do everything, so that's what I said, you let John and I and get the information, we can bring it back to you with 4 or 5 different ideas, and then you guys can go from there.
I think that sounds great.
Did everybody hear what I said?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Butch, do you have any thoughts on
Go
that?
ahead and make it.
Yeah, do you agree that we should
Sure.
protect our assets?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think that,
Yeah.
and I think that having sleeping quarters, like,
Mhm.
I think that would be, it's a direction that we kind of need to go as well as having,
Yeah, go ahead.
um, yeah, by all means, let's get some pricing on that, and, yeah. Briggs?
Do we need, a motion to direct the chief to do that, or did
No.
we just do that unofficial?
He can just.
I think,
yeah.
because we're not actually taking action, taking action would be if we decided to spend the money, we're saying that we don't have enough information and for him to gather information so that we can make an informed decision. At least that's my take on what would be needed. Okay, any other comments or questions on that item? Okay, action item B, district emails, I put this on there as well. I would like to have the correspondence that we, do be, through a district email. You know, when we're sending, proposed bylaws and the conversations that we have, things that could potentially be, you know, open to, public, records and so forth. I would like that to go through, a district email. And then, also, I would like to have a district email that could be put on the, district website so that, you know, community members with concerns could, you know, reach out to me directly. And, you know, as a way of being, transparent, open, and available, I guess. And I don't wanna put my personal email on the district website, don't wanna put my personal phone number on the district website, but if I had a district email, I would be all for, you know, putting that out and making it publicly available. And I believe you had done some research
Yeah.
on that.
John?
John had, John?
You wanna speak about the emails?
No,
No? Not this time?
I have no comment.
Well, anyways, yeah, we looked up the emails today. It's gonna be around $100 per director, maybe a little more
Per year?
per year.
Alright, are there any comments from?
But
other
I'd
board members?
wait until we get with Streamline first to see, what you're talking about, have people directly contact you. 'Cause what usually happens is, the emails go to John and I, and if it goes to a board member, then we give it to you guys.
Well, when I, you know, other public entities, like the school district, for example, they have board member email addresses on the school district's website, and, people can reach out directly to a board member.
Okay?
And, you know, we're talking about being, open and available to the public. I think that people being able to reach out directly with comments, concerns, that's my opinion, I don't know.
So you want us to get it in writing from, the prices? And have it for the next board meeting? Cause we don't have nothing in writing.
Briggs?
I was just gonna say, $100 a year for an email address seems a little steep. Does it have to be through the website provider?
Well, the IT guy's there, but John, does it have to be through the provider, the
That's not my decision to make, that is the board's decision. If you do not want a farmingtonfire.net account, you're not gonna go through GoDaddy. If you decide you wanna do another one, do another one. I'm not giving the board any more guidance on district emails. Either you approve them, or you don't, and just let us purchase them. I mean, and
Briggs,
I make a
such
motion that we
ridiculous thing.
direct the chief to find out, what it would take through GoDaddy to have, emails for the directors established and come back to the next meeting with that information.
I don't think we need a motion, we can just get that information and bring it back to you.
Well, I don't know, do we need to direct, or will it,
No, it'd be just like the bids for the, building.
okay.
okay, so then,
It would seem that GoDaddy, because they do this for businesses all around the world, would have different tiers to their
They do.
accounts.
They do. If you guys would have did your research, you could have got it. It's a public website. I don't wanna be rude to the board any more than I already have been in this meeting or in previous meetings. But for the board to discuss a $71 or $100 per board of director email and wanna get the cheapest email, that is on you guys. But it's just kind of one of those things, it's a little confusing to me. We already pay for them for staff. You guys are gonna be under $500 total for your emails. I think it's something you just end up approving, but in the interest of taxes, tax dollars and all that stuff, get the cheapest ones you guys can possibly get, whatever you guys gotta do. It doesn't, it's not, I didn't bring this up. You guys are asking me questions and, I mean, I've never been directed to even get any info for this, so.
well, I personally would be okay with just getting the same level of email that the rest of, you know, the current emails are, the staff emails are. Briggs,
$71 per email seems a little bit steep. So I would like that's why I made the motion, or would make a motion, for the chief to come back with actual, something we can see,
okay,
what those costs are.
can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, thank you. All right, that concludes the action items. Coach, do you have any comments on that? Okay, that concludes the action items. Our council is here now, so we will move, I need a motion to,
I make a motion, we pause the current meeting and open closed session.
okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right,
I'll second. Motion to pause current hearing. And to move to closed session. Motion by Briggs,
But I'm
seconded by Latini.
roll call.
Briggs,
Aye.
Latini. Limos,
Aye. Motion carries, meeting